shouldn't be hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yes, hello there. Good morning to you, good morning to you, good morning to you, good morning, and welcome to Join Up Dots. You know, when you start a podcast, or I suppose when you start anything which is outward facing, which is trying to help other people, more often than not, you don't really know what's happening. I've mentioned this before on podcasts, where a lot of the time you're just pushing it out, hoping that something will be making a difference for someone. And then every now and again, you get a flurry of emails that come in. And I received an email this week. It's I'm going to read it out, and I've got permission to read this out because it's very, very moving, but it's very, very inspiring as well. And it's about a lovely, beautiful little girl called Caitlin. Yep, Caitlin is a hero, and she's such a hero. I'm going to give her a big round of applause because she's wonderful. She's wonderful in every single one. Now, her dad has dropped me an email. And I'm gonna be brave on this one. I'm gonna be brave on this one, Caitlin, because you're being extremely brave. But it makes me sad. It does make me sad, but it's also inspiring as well. So this is the email that I got. So, dear David, I just want to say what a light you've brought into my life over the last 7 months. It may seem like a sad story, but I want you to know what you are doing makes a difference. My beautiful 10-year-old daughter, Caitlin, yep, she's listening, I hope she's listening, was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer just after her 9th birthday. And up to that point, she was just a normal, wonderful, bouncy, gorgeous bundle of energy. She had her whole life in front of her, and nothing was going to stop that from happening. It makes me think of my own daughters. Of course, life often has other plans, and since finding out, our life has been a spiral of praying, crying, hospital visits, and trying to make her as comfortable as we can make her. Unless a miracle is brought to us, it's just a waiting game to see how much time we have left with her. Okay, that is the sad bit over. And that is sad. That's really sad. I've read that numerous times, and it still gets me. And it does get you because you realise that more often than not, we don't reflect on the precious gift that we have. You know, my daughter left the house this morning, and she was all snappy, you know, moany like they are first thing in the morning and stuff. And I sort of shouted out to her, "Oh, it's been lovely seeing you. You know, I can't wait till you come back tonight." But of course, I can't wait for her to come back. But I sort of sent her off into the world with not the nicest thought of her dad, you know. So she probably got in the car, slammed the door, oh, sod him and stuff. But we've got to be more precious and there for the people that we love most, because there might be a time that they're not going to be there. And if they're not going to be there, then it's sad. Anyway, let's get back to this. Now, we started listening to your show about 3 months ago in the car, back and forth to the hospital, and started getting an idea for a business based around others with this terrible illness. We want to bring a real-life support system to young girls who have been touched unfairly by cancer. We want to make a difference to others going through the same life-changing, life-ending version of life that they never expected. Your show has brought us together working on something that is our miracle. Without Join Up Dots, your silly jokes... Hang on, your silly jokes? How dare you? How dare you, John and Caitlin? These are quality bits of amusement that I work hard on. And Wonderful Spirit, I don't think we would have thought about creating something wonderful to give back to the world at such a dark time. I just want to say, even if we run out of time to get things going, whilst Caitlin is our CEO, Cancer Eliminating Officer, I like it. We've come together in such a loving way during our darkest hours. Thank you so much for everything. Well, Caitlin, this is you. Forget your dad. He's not important. This is just you. Now, what you're doing is wonderful, and you've got a gift. Most of us go through our life, and we just don't think about life. It's just one day after another. And you've fingers crossed, and I'm sure it's going to be great for you. And you're going to have a lovely long life. But if it is cut short, you will have lived more in your life than most of us. Because most of us just pay the bills, watch Netflix in the evening, and go to bed, and then get up again, and we will moan that the milk's gone off. We will moan that there's nothing left on telly anymore. We will moan about everything, and we don't ever reflect on that. So what you've got, Caitlin, you've got such a gift, such a wonderful gift that you've been given. And I'm sure your positivity and your enthusiasm and your boundless energy will pull you through, and will, make things so much better. And there will be a show of Join Up Dots when I go. Yes, and on today's show, we have got our special guest, Caitlin, who's going to show us all about her new wonderful business that she's created with her dad. So you've got to keep going, mate. You've got to keep on going, and you've got to keep on, because I want you on the show. I want you to be on the show. I want to say to you, I want to play this music. Yeah. The Sermon on the Mic. I want to get you on the Sermon on the Mic. I want you to speak to your younger self, and if you can, give them some advice. And so you got to do that. Will you do that for me? Will you keep strong and keep fighting? Because I need you, Caitlin. I need you to be on the show, because I've got a gap. I've got a gap that needs to be filled, and I've just got a big C. Not cancer. I haven't got cancer, but I've got a big C in it, and that is for Caitlin. And I'll give you a great joke. I'll give you a cancer joke that you can tell your doctors and stuff. And this is brilliant. It always works, Caitlin. Don't worry about your dad. He's an old misery guts. But this is a good one. A man hears from his doctor that he has cancer and only has 6 months to live. So the doctor says, look, this is what you got to do. You've got to marry a geography teacher. You got to move out into the woods where there's no internet and there's no connectivity and there's no TV. And you've got to do it straight away. And the man says, why? Will this cure the cancer? And the doctor says, no. It will just make the 6 months seem so much longer. That is quality. That is a quality joke that you can share with your doctors and bring a bit of humour back into their world as well, because I'm sure they have it tough seeing lovely people like yourself go through such harsh times. So if you will do that for me, Caitlin, if you will keep on fighting and keep being strong, and I promise I will hug my daughter when she comes home, and I will say, I forgive you for being such a cow this morning. No, I won't. I will just give her a hug for no reason at all and try to make the most of it. So, Caitlin, you are an inspiration. You've moved me. You really have. And I want to see you on the show. So if you can do that, that would be great. So everybody else out there who are just going to work and then coming home and just going to work and moaning and just not expecting anything from life, realise that you've got life and life is planned out for you, and until it's taken away from you, then you've got to make sure that everything is positive, because it's about what we leave to the world. That's our true legacy. It's not about how much money we've got in the bank or whatever. It's about how many people we make feel better because we're there. That's how memories are made, and that's why you will live on longer. Start being kind to people. Start being happier every day, and start joining up the dots. Till next time, I'll see you again. Cheers. Bye-bye.
That's the end of Join Up Dots. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to start taking massive action. Create your future, create your life. It's the only life you've got. We'll be back again real soon. Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots. Join up Dots.